As the Christmas season approaches, so do the LEGO Advent Calendars, and the 2022 Harry Potter one may be one of my favorites ever done. Now, sadly, this LEGO product hasn't escaped the price increases we've seen recently, so be ready to spend a little bit more this year. The box style hasn't changed, there's a sneak peek at the front at some of the builds and some sort of game is hinted with this one. On the back this flap comes down as usual, where we can kinda see the board for the game that you may cut off later on if you so wish, and here's the 24 standard windows that you're supposed to open in order starting in December 1st until Christmas Eve. You'll start noticing some different icons in the windows, and these are a reference to the 8 Harry Potter movies in which the minifigures and mini builds inside are based upon. There's the Philosopher's Stone, a snake head for the Chamber of Secrets, Hermione's Time Turner for Prisoner of Azkaban, the Goblet of Fire, a Phoenix for the Order of Phoenix, the Advanced Potion Making Book for the Half-Blood Prince, and finally the Deathly Hallows sign with Roman numerals 1 and 2 for both the Deathly Hallows movies. From this point on, I'm reviewing the mini builds and minifigures, so if you don't want me to spoil this for you, you should leave the video, I won't be mad. But at least subscribe to make it up not watching it all. Day 1 has us building what I believe to be a Nocturne Alley build, although that doesn't make much sense to me as I don't remember seeing it on Philosopher's Stone. Grim looking as it should be with a few decent parts. Next there's the 3 baskets from Quidditch, very iconic location on the first movie, and at the base we can see the 4 colors of the Hogwarts houses. For the third build we get an Harry Potter minifigure, short legs, wand and double printed face. I don't believe this is a new minifigure, but I could be wrong, it's hard to keep track since there's so many variations. Day 4 we build the first Chamber of Secrets related build, a mini Whomping Willow and a microscale for Anglia. I really like the use of the flower stem elements in brown as the 3 branches. Next there's the statue of Slytherin from which we see the basilisk coming out of, using a LEGO detail snake element. Finally there's Moaning Myrtle, the second minifigure of this set and the second ever appearance of the character in minifigure form, which Harry Potter fans who missed the collectible version a few years ago might be happy about. Nicely detailed and double printed head as well. The microscaled Night Buzz leads us into the Prisoner of Azkaban builds, followed by the Dementors by the lake scene. The minifigure for this movie is a new exclusive Sirius Black, together with a tile with his prisoner number as seen in the newspapers and wanted signs from the movie. Again, double printed head as well. The Goblet of Fire starts us off with the Goblet of Fire itself, with a printed tile next to it with Harry's name. The second build of this movie is the 3 Wizard Cup, who actually turned out to be a portkey that led Harry and Cedric to Voldemort, yet another exclusive minifigure. I quite like his maniac look with his slit tongue out. Next, for the Order of Phoenix, there's the Room of Requirement build with the training dummy at the center, and a dark hallway from the dungeons of the Ministry of Magic. The minifigure on this series is yet another exclusive one, Nymphadora Tonks. Great detailing on the torso element. The primary face print isn't new, but the secondary one with the bird's beak is new I think, which again is amazing for minifigure collectors. The Half-Blood Prince builds start with this one here, which is just perfect, and had me laughing when I built it. Professor Slughorn disguised as a couch is a very iconic moment at the start of the movie, and now my issue with this one is how to classify it. It's technically a minifigure, but not quite, right? Then there's Dumbledore Pensieve, very straightforward build, and to close the Half-Blood Prince builds, a Severus Snape minifigure, this time around not exclusive to this set in particular, I believe. Deathly Hallows 1 first build seems to be Hagrid's bike flying over the river, and to me feels the less interesting build of the whole set. It's hard to make out the shapes at this scale, and I think most people won't be able to recognize a bike with a sidecar looking at this. Maybe something else would have been better for this spot. The burrow is however instantly recognizable, I feel, with the weird shaped Weasley family house making use of useful elements such as the new 1x1 by 2/3 plate brick. The final build is just Hedwig on a plate and the spinning dice for the game. Feels a bit lazy since it isn't a minifigure, but we kinda had 2 in the previous movie, so there's that. For Deathly Hallows 2, we have the dragon on top of the Gringotts Bank scene, which at this scale kinda surprised me how recognizable it was. Then there's an affordable Hogwarts Express, if you know what I mean, greatly detailed considering the scale, that I believed should have been switched for the build in window 24 instead for movie order of appearance sakes. There we find another exclusive minifigure to this set, Neville Longbottom with his sweater, maybe should have been battle damaged a bit, holding the sword of Gryffindor. Those are all the builds of the calendar. As a theme, this is much better in my opinion than the common Christmas theme mini builds we've seen in past advent calendars. And for Harry Potter fans such as myself, it was a fun experience remembering the movies through all of the mini builds and minifigures. As you've noticed, each of the movie builds has a matching colored base with the icons I showed earlier on the box, which helps figuring them apart and also plays a role in the board game of this set. Rules for it can be found online via this link here, so I won't bother you with it. LEGO Advent Calendars were never the best value propositions from LEGO, and with the price increases, much less so. But it is a LEGO Advent Calendar experience, and if you're into those and Harry Potter as well, you'll really enjoy this one. For me, beside minifigure collecting purposes, I really like the inside trays these calendars have, as they're great to sort LEGO. The LEGO Advent Calendars are already available online, so be sure to grab the one you like the most using the links below, and I'll see you all in the next video.